I gotta be honest, I'm a little creeped out right now. And this is the first time this has ever happened to me camping. Come on, Juniper, let's go for a little walk. What are you doing, puppy? Yes, I know. She should be on a leash, but it's Juniper, and there's nobody else here, so I think it'll be okay. So this is the whole area behind our campsite, and you could kind of tell that it is a flood area. I mean, when the stream is high, all this debris is piling up on the trees, which could actually help us make a fire. This is a pretty sweet spot. This thing is awesome. Okay, so here's the situation. It's getting very dark, as you can see. I'm camping right across the street from that building. The people who were camping just left, but their tent and everything is still set up down there, so I don't know what's going on with them. They may return later tonight, I don't know. But I'm here all alone. The fire was kind of a bust. The wood's just too wet. There wasn't enough hot energy to do the cooking I wanted to do, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little creeped out right now. And this is the first time this has ever happened to me camping. I don't know if it's the building or the quiet or that Juniper is just restless. Once in a while I hear strange animal noises that I've never heard before. I think they're frogs. There's multiple whippoorwills, and I don't hear whippoorwills very often. There's one. So I think I'm just going to have a snack and call it a night. I'm not going to cook anything. I'm not that hungry anyway. Yeah, so although the weather has been beautiful, it's a little creepy right now. And I usually don't get creeped out. But we're going to just get in the camper, hunker down, try to get Juniper to settle down, and I'll talk to you when we get in there. But I have a question for you. Would you camp right across from a building like this? Let me know in the comments. Juniper is officially settled in, and we're going to hunker down now and try to get some sleep. I don't know. This is definitely a new thing for me. I've never had creepy, weird feelings at a camp before, and I'm sure it's just my mind playing tricks on me. But it definitely looks like the kind of building that could have a poltergeist in it, and it's like 30 feet that way. So I've got the blinds closed, out of sight, out of mind. I'm probably going to watch a movie and just try to not think about where I am and have some noise going, because it is, when I say quiet, it is very, very quiet here. I think Juniper was after a rabbit earlier, and that kind of had her a little nervous, but she's settled down now, and we're just going to get some rest. We will see you in the morning, and we'll have a little conversation over some coffee as soon as we get up. So we'll see you then. Well, it's been kind of a rough morning. I got about little less than 5 hours of sleep. And it was about 45 degrees when we came outside this morning. A little chilly, but now that that sun is peeking over the mountaintop, it is starting to warm up nicely. They're forecasting 80 degrees today. So for breakfast, I'm just having some of this Dave's Killer PB and chocolate snack bites. They're very granola-esque. I don't know if you can see on the package, but it says organic, non-GMO certified. So they're healthy. Dave's Killer Bread, PB and chocolate snack bites pair well with Mike's Killer Coffee. Ah, that tastes so good this morning. But speaking of coffee, I want to thank everybody who bought me a coffee last video. That was my first video where I incorporated the Buy Me a Coffee campaign through buymeacoffee.com. So if you don't know, that's just an easy way to help support the channel without committing to a subscription. I especially want to thank Linda and Jesse. They bought me 20 coffees, and that was extremely generous. But everybody who bought a coffee is very much appreciated. And believe me, it goes a long way in helping. It's expensive running the channel between gas and fuel and time away from work. I eventually would like to make YouTube completely self-sufficient and ultimately do it for a living. And every little bit helps to meet that goal. I think 2025 might be the year. Besides the lack of sleep and the incessant fear of being haunted by a ghost or a poltergeist, it's been pretty pleasant. And it's getting even better as the sun continues to rise and the temperature climbs. I love hearing the birds out here. My neighbors did end up leaving, so I now have the whole campsite to myself. And right now I'm trying to decide whether we want to take the Jeep out and do some exploring that way or just go for a hike. Right now I'm leaning towards hike. I just feel like it's going to be good to move my legs and enjoy the fresh air. And I know Juniper will appreciate it too. For now, I'm just going to finish up my coffee, enjoy a little more Dave's Killer PB and chocolate snack bites, organic and healthy, and check back with you in a few. The Ring Mill Campground is a national forest campground in the Wayne National Forest, in the Marietta District. So I'll just give you a little tour of this tiny little campground. It's really nice and it's very lightly used from what I understand. So this is a fee campground. It's only $10 per night. And there's only 4 campsites in the whole campground. So as you enter, the sites start counting down from 4. The very first site on the left here is number 4. And these sites are all very level. But I would not camp here with a big rig. Smaller campers, I would say, you know, like a Class B or a camper van or a teardrop like mine, you'd be just fine. But I think this campground was designed mostly for tent camping. We camped at site number 3. There we are. Right across from us is the old homestead. In the middle of the campground, we have a pavilion. And right across from the pavilion, we have the pit toilets. With your information board. Take a quick look in here. Very clean, actually. Lightly used. This is a self-pay system. You get an envelope, fill it out, put your cash or check in the box, and there's a little tab you tear off and hang it on your rear view mirror. And this site is campsite number 1, nestled into the trees there. A very scenic spot, really. It is pretty out here. And all the way at the end you have campsite number 2, and this is where my neighbors were camping last night. I don't know when they left. Also a very scenic spot. This would be the most private spot. All the way at the back of the campground. There's no loop turnaround or anything like that. This back campsite has its own little path down to the river. I saw a guy fishing down here last night. It's kind of a steep bank to get down to the water, but it's a nice little spot for sure. I saw a post online that says doctor's orders, get outside. And I know my doctor watches my videos, so how am I doing, Doc? Being outdoors is actually very good for you. Honestly, I always feel so much better when I get outside and do stuff. Even if it's just walking around. You don't need to go crazy like I do, and you don't need to camp in crazy wild places or anything like that. But even just going outside for a little walk, sitting in the sun, getting some fresh air, go for a drive, look for places you haven't been before, change it up a little bit, get a little out of your comfort zone. All that stuff is very healthy mentally and physically. And I can't recommend it enough. So on that note, I think we're going to go for a little hike in a bit and check out the trail that's nearby. So I had this tiny little camera attached to Juniper's harness, and she ran into the woods and chased something. Sure enough, she knocked this off of her back. I cannot believe I found it. That's a stroke of good luck for today. That is for sure. Well, thanks for joining us on this little overnight adventure here at Ring Mill Campground in the Wayne National Forest. It was a little spooky at first, but it turned out to be okay. We'll definitely come back. Just a reminder that buymeacoffee.com is where you can throw a little support our way without having to worry about subscriptions or any of that stuff. We also have Patreon, which is an exclusive social network for our Patreon members, and you'll find exclusive content there that you won't find anywhere else. So I appreciate you sticking around till the end. Remember to like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'll see you again nowhere soon. Be good to each other and get outside. Juniper's chasing a bee. Let's see if she gets it. Go get that bee. Nope. All right, everybody, take care. Good girl.